Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review. This is the deluxe Marvel Legends Kang the Conqueror with his floating chair. This is not a cheap piece, especially for a figure that we got not that long ago. So I'm looking at this one, looking at this. Is it really worth it for the interchangeable faces and the floating chair? I'll let you guys know after I crack this thing open. But first we gotta look at the box over here, which I think it looks actually really good. You have a combination of this matte texturing with some spot varnishing right over there. You can see Kang on this side, you can see Kang again, and then you can see some display options right over here on the back, which is looking pretty snazzy. There's a read-up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. It says Kang the Conqueror on the top. Not much more at the bottom, and it's time to crack this thing open. If you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, well, you can do so.
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's the kind of new Kang figure out of the packaging, and not looking so bad. I actually do like the new head sculpt, and we get alternate faces to look at as well, which I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But yeah, man, this chair, oh my goodness, oh, it looks so good. That's definitely a highlight of the purchase. Let's just get into looking at that first, and then we'll get a closer look at the accessories, and then we'll get a closer look at the figure. So when this figure arrives, or this chair arrives, it's in all these pieces that you can see over here, and I'm going to get to putting this together, so will you take us away, Bumblebee? Alright, so I like to start off with putting these two halves together first. Just makes the most sense to me. You want to slide this back seat piece on right over there, and you want to take these little blue steps and you want to properly slide them in like that, and then you could port this other half on right over here. Take this little piece, you put that on there. Or you could slide the seat on right here. It has a little track for it to go right into. And then you could take this little footrest section, port that in over there, and you pretty much have it. And then you have the display stand part with the clear plastic. Plugs in nicely right here. And then, boom, you got the chair, which I think is a great choice for this figure. I'm glad that they went with this one instead of the jellyfish-looking one. I don't know. I just prefer this one a little bit more. It looks cooler. I like the little wrinkles that they have in the seat over here. Makes it look like it's all soft and comfy. You get these little blue painted pieces right here with that baby blue paint, which looks really good to me. And then you have this translucent blue plastic right over here, which, by the way, shout out to Frecky. He had taken a Star Wars LED light effect and ported that inside here, stuck that inside here, and it looks really badass. He did a demonstration on Reddit. I'll try to throw a link up to that so you could watch that video, but he basically pried this apart, had to take these off, which is apparently the hardest part, and then put the light inside, which looks really cool. But this, without the light, still looks cool. It'd be even cooler if you could fit a light in there. I like how we get this nice copper color at the bottom, so nice little bronze copperish color. You can see some marbling in the gold plastic, but then there are parts of it where it looks really clean. I gotta say, the marbling doesn't really bug me too much on this figure. Sorry about the construction noise in the background. I can't do anything about that, but damn, I like the design. I like how it came out. It looks really clean on the sections where you cannot see the marbling, like right over here, but then you get marbling again. So yeah, it does creep up here and there, but I don't know, it's not ruining it for me. You can see all kinds of swirling happening right over here. I do like the metallic fleck that you can see because it has that gold shimmer in it, so I do think that's very cool. But yeah, this is a huge part of the purchase, and I like it. I'm happy that I'm happy with this. This is pretty cool. You get the three different faces to look at, and you get two sets of hands, fist hands, wide open hands, and again, only one left hand for gun holding, which frustrates me. I wish I could put the gun in the right side, and to get him to hold this big old new gun right over here, well, it's a little bit tricky. I did have to heat up the hand to make that happen. You also get this effect piece and this smaller gun, which looks brand new to me. For some reason at first I thought it was something I'd seen before, but the more I look at it, it looks brand new. You get this nice pink paint right over here for this little bubble shape. Pretty nice looking gun. You cannot port anything on there, but yeah, looks cool. Neat to have. Again, you have the fist hands, you get the wide open hands, and again, you get the horizontal hinge right here, but only one left gun holding hand. That frustrates me, but you get this new one right over here, which looks really good, and I think they did a really good job with this. This was pulled from, I forgot the cover, but yeah, I remember Manny called this one also. And I recognized it. I could not remember what cover it was from. It did look familiar right when I seen it, but it looks really good. I'm glad that we got this gun. I like this black wire right over here, the way it's painted, little bits of pink on it, black again, a little bit of swirling and some of the gray plastic, but not a whole ton. And then you get this cool little effect piece with the little colito painted right over there. The little pink's on fire right there for the face. So there you go. I'm going to call this the Anus Blaster 5000. I'm sorry. All right. So I do like this new head sculpt. I like this face too. The paint looks really good on it. You get this nice little detail of pink on the inside of the eyes. I think that's a nice little touch. I like the black paint added to it. The expression looks good. It's the same size head as the last one that we'd gotten. Was this a Fantastic Four-Wave? At first I thought this was a little bit too big, but no, they really do look like they're the same size. So that's pretty good. I do like this. You get this interchangeable face feature right here. And you go ahead and put this face on here, which at first I was like, oh, is that Ramatut? Or is that a different incarnation of Kang? And yes, it is. It's from this one panel right here that's just full of random Kangs. And that's what they based these two different alternate faces off of, which I think is kind of ridiculous. So if you want to go ahead and army build your Kangs, you can go. Don't army build your Kangs, damn it. No. Draw the line. If you're army building Kangs, dude, I'm going to be so mad at you. Do not army build Kangs, all right? That's just ridiculous. No, you could army build whatever the hell you want. Century Productions, I know you're going to army build Kangs. He seems like the type to do it. By the way, check us out tonight, Hella Sick Figs. We're going to have Brett from Joe Lanta on, so come through. But looking at this other Kang, this looks really interesting. I do like it. I like the paint applications right here with the black over the green. Works out really well, and the eyes look really good over here. So for these being just random versions that I'm not going to be able to use, I guess it's just kind of neat to have, but overall pretty useless. Oh, I also wanted to mention, it would have been nice if they'd given us a cape with this version, you know, maybe a cloth cape with bendy wire. Anyway, the rest of the figure is the same from the last version that we'd gotten. Subtle differences though, a little bit brighter trim on the green. You can see it's just the tiniest brighter green than that right there, but almost the same. And then the other little difference I noticed was the kneecaps. You can see that we get this glossy purple right here for the legs, but then it goes into like a matte color right there for the knee joint. And this one has the consistent color, but that knee is a slightly darker purple to match the rest. This one's slightly lighter, so it looks better on the older one. I don't know why, but other than that, it's all exactly the same. You have the same copyright info at the bottom of the feet and everything. So I'm going to bypass the articulation segment. You know how it goes with this figure. I do like that we have the ball joint with the hinge right here for the head articulation. Did notice this flappy piece getting kind of stuck if I have him sitting on that throne for a long period of time, but you know, it goes back into place. Not too bad. So measuring out Kang once again, he's standing a little over the 6.5 inch mark. And then as far as the seat, you can see it's standing just barely over 10 inches tall. And then you can see it's actually measuring at about 8 inches across. And for a chair comparison, here's the Kang chair next to the Professor X hover chair, and I just wanted to see these two side by side. For some reason, I remember this being closer to this color right here, and I can see the marbling in this one as well, but damn, yeah, that one's a lot bigger, a lot larger, but they're a little bit closer in size than I anticipated. And then I don't have too many comparisons for you guys. This Kang is pretty much the same exact Kang that we'd gotten last time. The head is a little bit taller, I think. A little bit more of a shinier or saturated purple right here than this one. As I see them side by side, they are very similar to each other. Again, a little bit brighter green on the trim. I think this part of the green is a lot closer in color. Maybe a little bit more saturation over here. Very similar, almost exactly the same. I'm sure you could pop the heads and swap. Yeah, so you could pop the heads and swap them if you prefer the colors on the older one more so. You know, it works if you want to do that. And just for fun, here's Kang next to a couple of Marvel heroes. We have Invisible Girl right here, and we have the Model 9B Iron Man. And here's Kang next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man, and no Big Time Letdown stop motion today. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm such a letdown, but I gotta get ready. I'm going to Georgia tomorrow, so I gotta shoot a lot of videos in one day, and I hope to see you over in Duluth, Georgia this weekend for Joe Lanta. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to show some love by shoving that thumb right onto that like button, and if you really like this video and you gotta see more, well, hit that subscribe button as well, and I appreciate you guys watching. and supporting my content in the many ways that you guys do. I really do appreciate the support. And the figure, the base, or the chair, I think this is a pretty cool offering. I do like it. I like the interchangeable faces, even though that's not a selling point for me. It's a little bit weird. I can't really army build Kangs. I can't see myself doing that, and I don't recommend people do that either. Getting a cape, I would have preferred that over getting the multiple faces. That would have been a cooler touch to throw that on there, you know? Some bindi wire cloth cape action from Hasbro would be nice to see, right? But other than that, I'm really happy with the chair, and I'm still happy with the figure. I've never really had any serious qualms about the figure, and I still like it. I've actually really liked it a lot. So getting it again, though, yeah, at least it's got a different head, you know? I wish they could have maybe added a little bit more to it, but I'm not really that bummed out about it. And the chair is pretty hefty. Now, you gotta remember, this thing is 60 bucks, man. It's a pretty hefty sized chair. It's a lot bigger than the Professor X chair, so because of the amount of mass we're getting, I can't be very upset about it. I'm looking at the KANG figure at like a $25 piece. It comes with all the accessories that you expect with a $25 figure. The chair, what, 35 bucks? So it sounds, it's definitely not cheap. So at that price point of around 60 bucks, I'm gonna give this KANG with his chair a Sun rating of,
it's not too bad.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and whatnot, and on Mercari. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.